as that?
Well, because with 1 to 5.
I mean, interestingly enough, when the game started, we were like, "Oh, they're switching too," you know.
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh my gosh!" But I mean, to be honest, like I feel like there's just so many threats on this team that being out of position is just something that you can't afford. So we wanted to make sure that um, I guess like the open looks weren't so clear, and then relying on one-on-one D when we did switch. I mean, there are still moments when the mismatches kind of yielded something, but we wanted to make sure that um, our switching kept lanes closed, and then we sealed it off with a rebound.
Just not general, though, how good defensively you guys are as a group, as a unit.
Yeah, like she said, I think in the first half we had to be careful about like we're switching to be aggressive. We're not switching to rest or like switching to make things easier. So like Nneka said, we were trying to be up and just take away space because especially I think we did a great job on Stewie because of that, because Stewie's someone who I mean it's Brianna Stewart obviously. So but I think she's most comfortable in space, same with Sab. So I think once we kind of corrected that in the third quarter, we got rolling.
Yeah.
How do you know if you're gonna get that?
Mhm.
I guess football.
And I think that every game is kind of like a learning experience for Dom, especially, like in our season, we don't have a lot of time to practice and improve. And she's a very cerebral player. So I think that I know that we expect her to come out and do her thing. And then given obviously the opponent, her adjusting and learning while she's in the game can yield different things. But today, I feel as though she really took it upon herself to come in, to be ready, and to be strong on both ends of the court. So I'm very happy, and whatever else I can help her do to grow, as a young rookie in this league, I want to be available for her.
You still about that question. It's pretty rare to see someone guarding Stewie the way Don was in the second half. And she's making really advanced moves. What strikes you most about her potential on the defensive?
Dom doesn't care who is in front of her. That's the thing.
Right,
She's
right.
always been like that, and that's why she's so special. And we got into her. No, we got into her last game because she wasn't ready. I mean, she's 19, she's like she said, every game is an experience for her. So she's still learning. And so, when you're 19, when you're this young rookie year, you can have like a game where maybe you're not ready, you don't feel good, and sometimes it can snowball. The way she responded tonight was like a vet. She took what we were telling her, she took it as like, okay, this is my role. I need to be better. I can do this. I need to be ready. And that's not an easy thing to do in this league, especially at freaking 19 years old.
Mhm.
Yeah, the now with how now play, but how you all play as physical presence, and now the rebound, they rarely or rebounds that we all had, same in this with 3-point line. When you feel that you all rebound, and because the other team the 3-point line, that you're right there as an elite team at your best, and you're able to rebound, you're that you have the middle.
That's been our Achilles heel, I think, all season is us playing 24 seconds of great defense and then just not rewarding ourselves with the rebound. I thought Nneka and Izzy got and Dom, of course, got some really difficult ones, but it was the rebounds that were just about wanting it, those 50-50 balls. And those are the things that take us from a good team to a great team. I know we all know what we can be defensively. We just have to, as we say, like pick up our check and get the rebounds after. I actually love it. I love when I get like I don't know, like a taste of everything, like a piece of everything, because it makes me what gets me going is feeling like I'm everywhere. It's not necessarily like making shots or me offensively. It's just feeling like I have a hand in kind of all the defensive stops or creation on offense. So whenever I'm able to switch, get active, get my hands into things, that's when I feel the most confident, and then everything else feels a bit easier.
This is for Gabby. I just want to know, with you guys being one or two teams that have three all-stars, what do you think that says about the team, reflection of the team and your performance this year?
Do you want to take it?
No, you take it.
I'm couldn't be happier that like I'm doing it with Seattle because like they've never put pressure on me to be anything else but myself. They never said like, yeah, you need to be an all-star this year. Like, like they were saying it to make me believe it, but they were never like, you need to have these numbers, you need to do this. It's always just been like, just be yourself. And even if I was an all-star, I would still be happy because like I know what I mean to my teammates, what my teammates mean to me, and that's the most important. And it just feels like one of those things that just feels so perfect because I get to be myself and I get to be an all-star. So just really, really lucky that this franchise has poured into me for 4 years, has stayed patient with me through my international duties and allowed me to get here.
Questions for you guys are status top president of the what was the thing for us?
I mean, I think that we rank pretty high in terms of points in the paint, and so that is something that is important for us. To be honest, it's not just about a front court. It's about how you get the ball into the paint, and we have a strong front court. We have an amazing back court, and yes, we have shooters, but we want to be aggressive. We want to play downhill. We want to reward ourselves on offense by getting stops and then easy buckets. And even though we did that, I would say well in Atlanta, we did not do it as well as we wanted to. And that was also a point of emphasis for us tonight, was to be able to get points in the paint the way that we know how.
And then back also for a second, the bonus stuff, UCA, $2,500 on the get as all-stars. I can make an assumption about how you guys feel about that. I'm just curious about the players' feelings about that bonus and if there's room for improvement there and just to the overall structure.
Yeah, there's room for reconstruction there for sure. I think that is another component of the salary compensation in terms of performance bonuses, that's all on the table. What we're looking to do is not just have a percentage of a higher salary. We're looking for a revenue share that is reflected across the board for all players. And so as an all-star, I definitely know that the players feel and expect to be able to be rewarded in a much better way. Yeah.
All right, last question. We'll go to Percy on Zoom. Percy, go ahead.
Percy.
Hey there, guys. This is for either Zoro or Nneka or Gabby. Hey, just to get a term statement when it gets thrown around a lot in a long season, but to give the defending champs their first loss at home and to do it in the way that you guys do it, five players in double figures and that defense in the third quarter. That says what about this team and about what you guys are capable of doing?
I didn't even know that this was their first loss until someone like said it to me after first loss at home. Because we have been the last like 48 hours, we have been talking about us. We have been talking about our standards and what has gotten us here and what has gotten us trending upwards. And especially like AC, Nneka, and Sky have been talking about like, okay, we know we see the standings, we see all these things that would be nice to be here, it'd be nice to beat the series, but like what does it take to get there? Why are we in this position in order to go up? And we just focused on that tonight. It's getting points in the paint. It's Nick's shutting down one of the best players in the world with Brandon Stewart. Like it's those things that have gotten us here. It's Dom coming in and having great minutes. And so as long as we've just been, it's us getting those rebounds after playing hard defense. Those are the things that have gotten us here, and we were just focused on that. And I think that allowed us to not care about the environment, not care who's in front of us, because that is one crazy roster when you look at New York. But when you just focus on ourselves and what we can do, it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Nneka.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
you guys.
All right. Doug, you want to kick us off?
But that's the win.
Thank you.
He's obviously the- that's the- That's
Yeah, I think one of the important things was Sabrina coverage and matchup. She had 20 at half, finished the game with 22. So we were more, we were too flat, I think a lot of times, a little bit more level with the screen. But one of our keys today was, defensive, foul discipline, but also defensive disruption and physicality. And I thought that, I thought Ezzy did a great job of setting the tone there. And obviously our whole team to make sure we were very attentive to guarding the 3-point line. And when we are capable of switching, switching, we are very capable of defending in the 5. One-on-one, guarding your yard. And the biggest thing is just finishing possessions with rebounds. And I thought that we were a little bit better in the area.
Yeah, like I was, you got all that and getting the game for shutting. And so that's how I think it happened. It's that else to put out for stats and it. See what you guys saw in for. Having this scrap and packaging. What was race about?
Yeah, just been challenging Gabby to rebound the ball. She does so many things well on the court. But a lot of times she's defending the other team's primary guard, most potent guard. And I think, it is, sometimes she needs to be reminded about who she is and what she is for us and who she can be. She sets a tone in a lot of ways. And I think we had a stat, we chart deflections. We had like 30 plus deflections today. And she's a lot of times the top culprit in that. And just, kind of her preparation. She is very important to what we do defensively, as well as the anchor behind that. Nneka did well today, as he did well today in that defensive activity. But yeah, when she's who she is, we're a difficult team to stop. Yeah, I think part of it is, the reps and the confidence and continuing to do the work, the PD work. Part of it is, looking at the rim and taking those shots. Ezzy benefits when the ball moves for us, and a lot of times, because we have really good one-on-one players, if the ball is not moving, we can't capitalize off of her cuts and other things that make Ezzy. And so it was just a matter of staying the course with her. I think she's she's been an all-star in this league before. We know what she can do. It's about us as a staff just continuing to pour into her to be confident and take those shots. Because when Ezzy is aggressive, we're better. And getting to the free throw line is something that she hadn't done. She had 8 today. We had in making the free throws. So it's just reps and constant pouring into the confidence. And I think she was stellar today.
Oh, sure. So you guys say just whatever they're able to have, you got a game like today, and then able to get the work before the team, and not have that differential against them. You feel that that's the limited ceiling for your team when you're able to be competitive on the board like you were today and deny them a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, part of great defenses in this league is making sure that you secure the bag and finish up possessions with rebounding. I thought, one of our Achilles heel has been giving up old boards. And, they had a lot today again. We're going to continue to work on it. I think part of our issue with it was just being fundamental and boxing out. I think that has improved. Some lineups we are a little bit smaller, but if Gabby gets a few more, if our guards come back and get a few more, that helps, that differential. But at the end of the day, it's not just defensive boards. When we cross the offensive glass and get extra possessions, that's helpful too. So we're not quite there yet. We will continue to emphasize it. And hopefully we continue to, once we get there, it's going to really help our defense tremendously.
Gabby's, of course, her career now is she is making so many positive contributions from the fastest game. So bring about what she's doing this year, who she is as a player right now.
I think she's always done it. We just haven't seen it consistently. One being, she's not been in a WNBA season for start to end. The others, just system, personnel, and all those things. Like I rely on Gabby to score the basketball, and I think she's been on teams in which that wasn't necessarily her first or second option. And so this year for us, her aggressiveness in transition or getting downhill, this is something that there's a dynamic aspect about her that's different from a Sky, a E, or other, primary scorers. And so the confidence and the comfort of knowing that this is important for our team, I think helps her understand why she needs to be aggressive and why she needs to be consistent. And I think, the other aspect of Gabby is just the person she is. She's an amazing human being. She's a great teammate, and all of that makes it even better, in my opinion. But it's just about consistency and the confidence, not letting the confidence drop. And our team is pouring into her, our coaches are pouring into her, and you're seeing some great basketball from her. Mm-hmm.
This question as well, that we're able to make a huge priority to the markets for responses and every about the and about goals and what you see.
Yeah, we have a stat when we're, I think, 38 or more points in the paint. We've been pretty successful. And I think, if you look at New York, what they give up, that's a deficiency. So it's pouring into our strengths, emphasizing our strengths. And one of those things offensively is what we can do in the paint, not just posting up, getting downhill. Our cuts and our efficiency around the rim really gives us some diversity in our offense. We're not, we're shooting three a little bit better. That's not always our mainstay, but points in the paint has been. So yeah, game to game, we're, trying to make sure we're getting better in every facet of the game. And the focus was that tonight. The other focus was just, defensive physicality and disruption and being aggressive offensively, finding some mismatches. And I thought the diversification of our offense really helped in the third quarter and fourth quarter we won't talk about, but help us to really capitalize on this win. Yeah.
Okay, final question.
Yeah, I think every year I feel like the rookies are improving. I think for these particular rookies this year, they're getting an opportunity to play early. Dom's situation is a little bit different because our team is veteran heavy, but you're getting some quality players, played in really good systems in college and are coming into the pros pro ready. That's sometimes not always the case with rookies, but this year I think there's a lot of just confidence in them, hard work, and they're complementing their systems. So, when you have, ability to kind of play through your mistakes or play through your success, that really breeds some good basketball. And yeah, I think, it's good to see the league growing again and these rookies sticking on teams and getting opportunities to showcase their skill set because there's some talented young players out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.